Hello, amazing people. This is Morning Chat with Simon Matthew, and I'm so excited to have you on this dial at this time. I trust that the year is going on well as we gradually cruise towards the end of the year 2020. In case you have not still achieved some of the things that you desire to achieve, I want you to understand that God still has your best interest at heart, and at the appointed time, it will certainly come to pass. All right, today I'll be talking about something very, very interesting. It is interesting because it is the reason why so many persons um, make so many assumptions, and at the end of the day, some of these assumptions turn out not to be true. You're wondering what I want to share with you today. Um, I'll be talking about stained lenses. Stained lenses. Don't get it twisted. This is not a photography class, but it is something I was looking for what caption to best give it. And this topic was what actually came to mind. Stained lenses. Now, sometimes the reason why people judge certain people, or the reason why people wrongly assume, they run into certain assumption, is because of the lenses through which they look at people or through which they look at certain situations. I was listening to Joel Austin one time, and he shared a story about a couple that just moved into a new neighborhood, and when they moved into that neighborhood, every morning when they sit down to eat, the neighbor across would usually would do her laundry and would dry it, would keep it, would spread it on the line to dry. And in the course of doing so all the time, then the wife of this new couple that just came in, the wife would always complain about how the other person don't know how to do her laundry very well. Imagine how somebody would do laundry and it's all stained and all of that. Then one day, as usual, they sat to eat, and as usual, the neighbor spread her clothes. And this time around, the woman made a very positive comment that, wow, today I think something is different, because the lady now knew how to wash and all of that. Now, only for the husband to laugh, and the husband told her that what actually happened. The reason why you're seeing this way is because I cleaned the windows. Um, I think this morning or before today. I had to clean the windows. Apparently, their windows was what make it look as if the woman on across doesn't know how to wash. What this simply means is that the problem is not really the woman across, but the problem is with us. Oftentimes, we are guilty of running into wrong conclusions. We are quick to The reason why we jump into wrong conclusions is sometimes due to our problem, or due to our problem. If we can learn to dispassionately look at something, if we can learn to neutrally look at something, if we can learn to be open-minded to new ideas, we would have seen a lot of merits than the demerits that we are seeing. All right. Sometimes we wrongly judge people. Um, Sometimes we judge them because of the lenses through which we look at them. Sometimes we judge some people's intentions wrongly because of the lenses through which we look at them. Sometimes the reason why sometimes what actually informed those kinds of mindset is probably because of the situations we've gone through in the past, or because of the maybe nasty experience, or not too pleasant experience that we've had in the past, and that has been responsible for the reason why we run into such a conclusion. Like I often tell people, sometimes just open up your mind, be open minded. If you're open minded, you would see so many benefits, you would see so many beautiful things about people. And so, for some of you, you may need to clean up your lenses. Your lenses in this case is the eyes through which you look at people, the mind um, through which you process whatever it is that they do. If you've already had maybe a preconceived mindset about them, you may miss out on the good things that would have come out of it. And that's the reason why we see today that so many people run into conclusion that some even who are bold enough or who are sincere enough would later tender apologies and say, "Oh, I never knew this was what you meant. I thought this was what you meant." That I thought could be as a result of certain mindset that has been stained sometimes by the things we heard about the people. Sometimes the interesting thing about life sometimes and about people sometimes is sometimes we treat people certain way not because of how they treat us, but because of what other people say about them. And so we must be very, very careful that we must be very, very careful to ensure that we don't judge people wrongly. We must be very, very careful to ensure that we give people the benefit of the doubt. We must ensure that we listen to things with open minds, not having a preconceived mindset, or not staining our minds, or not listening to them through not listening to them through the lenses that has been stained by what they've told us about them. Haven't you met certain people before that after interacting with them you're like, oh, but they said this person is wicked. How come this person is not really what they are saying? Sometimes certain people's uh, opinion about certain persons may not totally be true. Sometimes the reason why certain persons have drawn such conclusion and they are doing all they can to, in a way, tarnish the images of such people is because maybe they want to even carry out certain evil, and those people decide to say, you know what, I'm not going to be part of this. I'm not going to support this, and as a result of that, certain persons will begin to bear grudge against them, and they will now embark on a campaign to make them to rubbish their image, and as a result of that, so many persons would see them through the lenses of what people told them about them. In concluding, I want you to understand that there's actually good in everybody. There's actually good in everybody. As a matter of fact, the Bible said that when you seek, you will find. When you seek, you will find. And seeking, based on what I've discovered, is deliberately looking for something. When you deliberately look for something, you will certainly see it. When you deliberately look for something, your lenses has been stained by that search for that thing. And sometimes, and um, most times with humans, we deliberately look out for, we are drawn to the things that people didn't do, or we are drawn to maybe the flaws that people have, and we pay less attention to the good that they have in them. And that is the reason why sometimes we don't maximize certain relationship for our benefit. That's the reason why sometimes we cut short certain relationship too soon and too fast, and we begin to regret later, because there is good in everybody. When God created man, he looked at him and said that it was good, whatever it is that God has created. So no matter how bad you think people are, there are actually certain goods in them. But the question is, with what lens are you looking at them? This is where I'm going to pause for today. Just watch out. I'll be doing a series, maybe 2-part or 3-part series, and maybe beginning from the next episode, on some of the reasons why people are stagnated in life and how they can come out of it. All this are geared towards you having a beautiful and wonderful 2021. So thank you very much for investing this time listening to me. I trust that you have learned something today. Learn learn to clean your lenses, clean your mind, and begin to look at people differently. Thank you very much and have a fantastic day ahead. I'm Simon Matthew, urging you as always to keep living the limitless life. God bless you.